Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NX Show here on twitch.tv/the NX Show and all of our Mixer pages at some point, and also hosted through twitch.tv/Ray Apollo. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me is not that retro code, but the wise Wisconsinite, Jesse Douglas.
How's it going, everyone?
And the streamer's champion, Ray Apollo.
Hello.
How's everyone doing? Everybody have a good week? Everybody have a good week? Great week?
Yes. I finished 2 games this week. Heck
What?
yeah, bud.
2 weeks?
Yes.
2 games?
2 games, 1 week. Finished them. I mean, it's just, all the time rolled together.
Yeah, well, I hear you there. Time is the biggest factor in this field, if you say so. I did not finish any games this week, but I've gotten closer. So
good.
Jesse, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I got some gaming and a decent amount of gaming in this week.
Nice.
At least played a couple of things, some newer stuff, and
Nice.
went back to some old stuff. But I'll get into all that once we get to that point.
Nice. I've played some games, but mostly I've been setting up new projects and new things and trying to fix our website because it looks generic AF, as the kids say, because WordPress changed all their pricing models. So
Yeah.
yes, because now
All
apparently you have to pay the premium fee to change font colors now. So
Wow.
we had a dark background and all of our fonts changed to a dark color. I was like, cool. Now I got to fix this.
All right there.
Yeah, I know. I was like, great. Thank you for the email warning. Thank you for the updates. Just kidding. Didn't get any of that. But anyways, I'm trying to fix the websites and trying to manage all this stuff. It's like I feel like I can when I get like 2 steps ahead, something just roadblocks me and I have to take 10 steps back. Ugh. Technology, everybody.
Happens.
Yeah.
When the world runs on money, things change without you knowing. Let's put it that way.
100%.
And then when technology is involved, woof, boy. Anyways, if you didn't know, this is the NX Show. Oh, by the way, I should say that Ed's out of town. That's why he's not hosting. So
Yeah, he's not here.
he's
Miss him already.
he's at choir rehearsals for church or something. So
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of that boy.
proud of you, Ed. We miss you. You can follow him at that retrocode on Twitter, by the way. So anyways, welcome to the NX Show. Each and every Saturday we get together to talk about video games and other shenanigans. The show is available on youtube.com/NX Project. Wow. Spotify and your podcast service of choice. Remember to review us and rate us, subscribe, share. It helps with discoverability. Follow us on Facebook, join our Facebook and Discord communities, and also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the NX Show. All links will be available in the description of this episode. Also visit codenamenx.com, but I would wait like 2 weeks for that so I can fix it. Anyways, we're just gonna jump right in because we are kind of time constrained a little bit. But we're just gonna jump into what we've been playing. I think all of us have been playing Gears 5. And Ray, I know I saw you finished Gears 5.
I finished the campaign. Yeah, I did.
I'm seeing a lot of people really saying that this is actually somewhat of a Game of the Year contender, which makes me very excited.
It is in my top 10. Absolutely. Goodness gracious, I had so much fun with the game. Did not expect. I just didn't. They have some surprises that I did not expect.
Yeah.
Usually those games are pretty just straightforward, but I was like, oh no. Wow. But no, I can't wait to talk with more people about how this game ends.
Yeah. Well,
can't wait.
hopefully we can finish it at some point this next week, Jesse. Or the next couple weeks, so we can talk about it. I know, Jesse, you're going to be in Disney next weekend, so but maybe Ray and I will talk about it. So yeah, Gears, man. It sounds like the Coalition is kind of taking that step that PlayStation started taking last gen with like really exploring storytelling in a meaningful way almost. You know, and that's what I'm getting from a lot of the stories from that people are talking about for Gears. So I'm very, very excited. And haha, Ed's not here to tell me that. I'm just kidding, Ed. I like to mess with him because he's not a big Sony fan. So
yeah.
Yeah, I just like my big thing is I like once I'm done, once I get back from Disney and stuff, like I really wanna once I get a chance pick up Control and make sure I really put time into that, because
same,
you know, from a lot of people it sounds like that's gonna be one of the top contenders for Game of the Year as well, you know. Like a lot of people are saying that's one of the best games so far for them.
Yeah,
out this year.
It's one of the best games that Xbox has put out in a while.
Yeah,
exclusively, just straight up. I had fun from start to finish with that campaign. It plays well. It sounds good. The sound design in that game is some of the best that they've ever done. It looks incredible as usual since they've done this since 4. 4 they decided let's make this game look incredible, and they've done it again. This game looks phenomenal. There's a section towards the end of the game where it's like, oh my god, they saved this for near the end of the game, and it's incredible. Like it's God, it looks so good.
Yeah.
But I love it. The characters are interesting. The story is just getting more and more interesting. I did not think that they could keep making the story more interesting. Like you would think that this world will be tired by now, because it's the same world, it's the same consistent story since 1.
Especially since this is the 6th game, you know.
Exactly. So somehow they've made this more interesting, at least to me.
Yeah.
So I feel like Microsoft and Coalition really, really, really nailed this one.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of Force Awakens analogies towards Gears 4, which is like this is a really solid Gears game. Let's just double down on what makes Gears great. And this game, even from what I've played, is like, let's do something with this. Now that we've perfected the Gears formula, let's move this direction and see if we can really push the envelope. I think making the campaign 60 frames a second also made a big difference, because like,
oh yes,
like I said, Jesse and I recently played through Gears 4, and like it's very Gears, but it still feels like Gears, you know, a very like it feels like Gears 3, you know, which doesn't feel bad, but this feels like the movement feels great. It feels more responsive, super
smooth. It is like buttery smooth. Like, you know, the transitioning from cover, like picking up weapons, it all just feels and works really well. Because, you know, at first I was like, I'm not gonna play any multiplayer because, you know, it's Gears, and so I'm like, I don't need to. But then I did, and I was like, oh man, this feels good and it's fun.
Yeah.
Well, the dodgeball game mode like is still like I think one of the best game modes you know, for a shooter. Like I would like to see that kind of game mode in more games, honestly. Like, I love the whole idea of like the, you know, you get a kill, you can bring a person back into the match kind of thing.
Yeah, dodgeball is a really cool mode. I love dodgeball so much. I played a ton of it in Gears 4, and now I'm like, my thing is though, is like I want to finish the campaign before I move into multiplayer. Even like Horde and Escape, right? Like I want to move into. I
will say it was easier to play multiplayer just coming right out of the campaign, because you've been doing all this stuff for so long in the campaign. I was like, I just know how to play this now, which was good. I'm sure I'll give it 3 more days and everybody's going to be godlike, because I was actually getting kills in this mode, and I was like, oh, okay, but yeah, give it 3 days, everybody will be godlike, and it won't be any fun. So yeah.
And I still think Dave or Jack is the real hero in this in this game.
Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack.
They wouldn't have been able to get anywhere without him in the beginning. So I feel like
he's the Jack real. Is literally he's a crutch for them. Like Jack can do everything.
Yeah. Like they wouldn't be able to do anything without him.
Half the stuff that they needed to do in the story, you can't do without Jack. So exactly. Without Jack, they're
because I was joking when me and Corey were playing. I'm like, Jack, Dave's the real hero in this game.
Yeah. man, that first like it really opens up to like in that second chapter after the you visit the camp. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a kind of a major event that happens in the camp when like they showed it in the trailer, the original trailer, right? But you didn't see what was like who the person was, and like you know once you see that, it like adds a whole new thing because that character was fun in the first game. You know, like it was just a fun character, but like you know now moving forward, it's like I can't wait to finish this campaign. So how long did it take you to finish, Ray? About
You know, that's a good question. I didn't really pay attention to how long it took. I know I played it for probably that's all I played for like 4 days. And I was putting in maybe 5 hours each time. So about 20 hours maybe.
oh wow.
Which ain't bad. I feel like you can finish it faster if you just, crush through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, look, I've been exploring every nook and cranny to try to find the collectibles because, like,
oh yeah, I got 85% of the collectibles my first playthrough. So
yeah,
it's like it's not like I was just kind of running through it, shooting everything, going story, and then wait, how far are you?
We're only to like the second, like get almost to the second. Well, yeah, you've been playing it.
Yeah, I played a little bit more than Jesse has, but I just wanted to like get to. I just got through like that first part of the open worldy section.
Okay, so good, you can say that. So I was like, when I got to the open world stuff, I did everything that was in the open world. So like, it's not like I just sped through like every time we got an open world spot, I did everything there. So I got all the jack upgrades, everything.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Which that's like this game like is already one of those games where I'm like, okay, I just got to play it and experience it for myself. I can't listen to what other people are saying because too many people are giving. Well, I'm hearing more positive than negative, but like some of the shows that I listen to are like we're coming down pretty hard on the open world section stuff, saying that it was kind of useless and blah blah blah, and it's like, well, but a lot of people are saying that it's actually like where some of the best visuals are, and like some like that it serves a purpose enough. So it's like I don't like listening to what other people say about things anyways, because I like 9 times out of 10 I would end up not enjoying or trying something that I probably would enjoy if I went. I don't know what it is, but like a lot of times my outlook on things is usually the opposite of like a majority of people. Like I just like, there's a lot of things that I like that a lot of people just really didn't like, so it's hard for me to listen to what critics and people say about really anything, movies, games.
Yeah, so, like the PC gaming show at E3.
Yeah. I thought it was one of the best ones there, and people are like, no.
But no, I feel it's just I'm kind of in a similar vein. There are some things that I will, if I have somebody whose opinion I trust, I will like listen to them. If they say something's not worth your time, I'm not going to waste my time, because I feel like I value their opinion, and their opinions are decent enough that it's like, okay, well, if this person's like, I did not have a good time with this, man, I might not either. But in most cases, so the other 80% of the time, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna play it, and if I like it, I like it. And if I don't, well, that sucks. But it also is just kind of like trying to protect my money, trying to protect my wallet is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I don't like to spend money all willy nilly. So if I buy something that sucks, I have a little remorse sometimes. So I like to try and protect myself.
I'm more willing to like try stuff on Game Pass now though than I was on.
Oh yeah, 100. That's why I feel like it's such a. We keep talking about this. We evangelize Game Pass all the time because it's true. Yeah. I love that service.
Game Pass, you brought us so many games.
I love it so much because I can try games and not feel bad about it. But it's like with Gears, I would have paid a full $60 for that. That's a game that I would have paid good money for.
I'm still like, I still want to get the physical copy at some point eventually, because like I said, I've gone mostly all digital, but like for the franchises I like that, maybe don't require an online connection all the time, except for now Gears. I don't know, because we're all playing on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But I still like to have the physical copy of the games that I love, and Gears is a series that I have the physical copies of because I like that series so much. And Gears 5 is one I plan on getting probably like Black Friday sale or around my birthday or Christmas or something, just to have that physical copy. Yeah, man, I'm loving what I've been playing of Gears. Man, it's a visually stunning game. I don't really know how a game on Xbox One can look this good. And I'm not saying that in like a derogatory way towards any other games, but a game I put a ton of time into this year was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right? And like that game looked great, but like Gears 5 feels like it's like next level.
That's the power of, and I feel like that's 100% the power of a first-party game with teams of people who work on this hardware specifically.
That's where I was going with it.
That's the power of an exclusive to me. With an exclusive, you can do so much more work.
Yeah,
and that's why I feel like exclusives are important still. People are like, oh, exclusives suck. No, exclusives are important because first of all, they give you a reason to buy these machines.
Yeah.
Second of all, these teams can now pour everything they know about this one architecture into a game and make it the best game possible.
Right, because even with I think plus Microsoft's first party stuff has a little bit of more of a challenge because they got to scale to all kinds of PCs and Xbox One base and which they actually did something really smart where there's an Xbox One X patch for Gears 5 obviously, but on S and base the game runs at 30 frames a second no matter how you play it, which is fine, but that I think that's the power of the X where it can just take on that extra patch and really make everything look fantastic and
I guess I don't really know what the potential for the X is, and has it actually been
have we even reached potential yet?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Potential for the machine, because I'm like we really didn't get a whole lot that this was pushing this machine to its limits from what I've heard or seen.
Plus, okay, Forza always looks fantastic, and car games are always the games you show to show off the console. But cars look great because they're smooth. They have they don't have
you put the right light on them, they look incredible. Yeah,
they don't have a lot of texture to them, right? And everything is flat, a flat decal or just paint or whatever. And Gears is really the first party game that I've absolutely been wowed by. Halo 5, Halo 5's cutscenes look fantastic, right? I think Halo 5's cutscenes are amazing, but Gears 5 overall, the environments, the weapons, the crumbling guts and stuff that kind of everything just looks fantastic. The crumbling of the covers, the cover system, and everything just looks really, really well done. And the Coalition did fantastic. I can't believe how great
they did. Such a good job. I love it. I was like, if this is setting the bar for how future Xbox exclusives will be, we are in for a very good next gen.
Yeah.
I really hope that this is them setting the bar. I mean, but it also could be because we're at the end of the generation that we are getting stuff like this, and this happens all the time. And we get all excited for the next gen, but then we don't get games like this for another 5 years. Because they're relearning the architecture for a different system, and so who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, let's hope that. I think that we'll see pushing of the hardware a little bit sooner than later this next gen, just because really ultimately there isn't computers aren't really that much far ahead of what what it sounds like the next consoles are going to offer, because first off, they're going to be offering hard drives that have the quicker loading speed, which is kind of even going to be newer for PCs as well. So on some levels that, they're going to be kind of neck and neck, with PCs. So, I honestly think that we'll see just because of the fact that, you know, like, I still don't think 8K is really anything that to really care about ever, honestly.
I mean, we're barely doing 4K. Barely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think Gears runs at true 4K. I think it's 1440p upscaled to keep that 60 frames because they're using that scaled resolution to keep the frame rate up, which is what Halo did also. And I think Crackdown 3 did to an extent, but Crackdown's graphical style was so simple that like
it didn't matter.
Well, that's the thing is it doesn't matter because people are praising Gears 5 as the best looking game on consoles today. That's including all consoles. Like, you know, like,
I mean, like,
so
I think a close comparison to Gears, like the game I've been most impressed by until Gears this gen was Horizon. Horizon.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
very good looking game.
Like I thought God of War looked really good, but I still think Horizon is the benchmark for it. Well, I guess
I would say I would edge God of War. God of War looked incredible, but Uncharted also looked incredible. So, those games all look great.
But like in terms of what I guess those three games kind of go through a preference at that point, right? Like, okay, I kind of prefer Horizon over God of War and Uncharted, you know, but a lot of people, like, I'm not going to sit here and say, no, you're wrong because you chose God of War over Horizon, right? Like, I think Sony has enough wiggle room where you can pick a preference of what game you want to think looks the best, right? And then you just look at the Xbox lineup at this point and you're like, well, Forza looks fantastic, but those are cars, and then Gears, which looks fantastic. So,
there's a lot of color in Gears, which made me happy.
Especially that first area when you're diving down into like
so much color. They were like, "Hey, you want to talk about color? We're going to give you all of it."
Well, like Gears has always been talked about as like this franchise that's been
brown on brown,
red, brown, gray, brown, red. You know, like. Mm-hmm. And to drop you down in this green, luscious jungle was like that was a smart move to open up this game.
There's no. So Corey, you've probably seen. No, you haven't seen that yet. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. There's another area in this game where they do the color red very, very well. I was very happy. It was just so cool. So yeah, look forward to that.
All right, cool. I think Jesse and I are gonna stream a little bit of it tonight. So. I do look forward to that. I do like the windsurf board thing too.
That thing is amazing. It's one of the coolest things they could have added to the game. I was like, this is so simple, yet it's hella cool. Yeah. I really like it. Yeah. I really like it.
And it doesn't control bad either. You know, like
it actually controls really well.
I know.
Does it control like the Warthog, kind of like where it's like you?
I would say even better.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay. All right.
Even better. So
yeah. All right. So what else? Other games y'all been playing?
Oh, I was gonna ask you if you were playing anything else.
Yeah, I finished my first playthrough of Fire Emblem.
Ooh,
finally!
I'm still grinding.
So I think it was 60 plus hours for my first playthrough done, and hot dang, that ending. Was not expecting it, but that game was fun. I had a really good time with that game.
Did you get married? Did you have a anime baby?
Yes, apparently. I didn't ask for that, but I totally got one. But I married my wife, Manuela, and it was the best. Because I thought I don't know, man. I thought it was weird. I was like, I'm gonna marry one of these kids who I was their teacher. Now I'm good. I'm gonna marry the other adult. But no, I really did like her. But no, I'm
still chasing Dorothea right now.
Oh no! Oh well, that won't be hard.
Chasing waterfalls, Corey.
But no, I love Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem was awesome. I think the only time I was like annoyed with a weird difficulty spike per se was the second to last battle.
Yeah.
There is a spike in difficulty where I was like, what the actual F are you doing right now? So, I mean, of course, my first playthrough, I played on casual because I just wanted to see how the story was going to go. I just wanted to make sure I got through all of it with everybody. Because I would have lost a really good unit in that battle. because of just what they throw at you in that last one. I was like, what in the world?
Right.
But I loved it. It was a good time. Definitely still also top 10 for me this year, maybe even top 5. I don't know if I plan on doing another run, at least up until the DLC comes out in April. But because I'm like, that's just so much time in one game, and there's so many games I want to play. Especially with Dragon Quest coming out, I'd much rather play Dragon Quest.
No one will blame you.
I want to finish this before Zelda comes out. That's my goal.
Good luck, because I kept saying that. I was like, yeah, I'll finish this before Los Angeles comes out.
Well, I'm 63 hours in now, but I'm grinding because I keep hearing, I'm like, there's a huge difficulty spike within the last couple of battles, and I'm like, well, I need to.
Everybody on my team was at least level 45.
Oh, jeez.
At the end.
I think I have 4 characters over level 50.
Yeah,
and then
I think you're over leveled. You better go.
But I also have 3 characters under level 30 because I never use them.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to use them all. I would take people off the field if they weren't high enough level for me, because I'm like, well, you're just gonna get one shot, so I would just take them out because everybody else could tank and be fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I had everybody at least mid 40s, and we kind of the last battle. If you like actually use strategy, I could steamroll the last battle because I looked at this map, and I was like, there are 2 ways this could go. I could go one way and literally fight everything on this effing map, which would be a bad time, or I could use my brain and actually use some strategy and do this, like, I wouldn't call it easy, but smarter, and it just works. So I don't know. Like, I was really happy that they gave me some options for strategy in that. So it was good. It worked out for me. And then, like I said, the ending I was very happy with. I don't know if it's like the good ending, but it really did seem like it. It's a very good ending.
There are multiple endings then?
From what I've seen,
I mean, like, I know there's probably multiple endings.
Each house has an ending, but then apparently, like, I don't know if it's just Black Eagles specifically. There's 2 possible endings for the Black Eagles, I think.
There are because there's a point in the middle of the story where you have to, because the Black Eagles is like, you either take. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil anything, but I know what you mean. And
right in the middle, there's 2 distinct paths you could take, and you have to choose one or the other.
I don't know which one's the secret ending on that one. So, like, which choice? So I'm probably gonna look it up and be like, which one was the secret ending? I don't know. So,
yeah. So, anyways, Jesse, what have you been playing besides Gears? And
all right, yeah, I made a list here.
He made a list. Okay, good job.
Yeah. Jesse. So I ended up like, I had a whole bunch of points from buying a couple of games, and then the rewards, like when I bought Blair Witch, that was one of the games that was like featured. So as long as I claimed it, I got like an extra like 3,000 points besides the points you get for buying the game, you know, like, because the way Microsoft works or whatever, when you buy a game, you get reward points, and then they have like a whole big page of different things you can do. So like I just played a couple of games and got, like, all you got to do is get achievements, or like one achievement, and then you'll get like 200 points or whatever. So I had got a bunch of points to save, get the rest of what I needed to get a $10 gift card for Microsoft. And so then I ended up buying Trials Rising finally, and I don't know, Trials, for whatever reason, I've, like, since the first one, I've just been like, it's one of those games that I just love playing and get like hooked on. And I think it's just because it's pretty basic and fun, and it's fun to try to beat your friends' times and all that stuff, and try to be the top of the leaderboard or whatever for how fast you beat the level or whatever. So I played that, and I'm really enjoying it a lot. It's got the cool, like, feature where you can play like actual multiplayer where everyone's driving at the same time, and it's like layered. So you see all the other people you're playing against, like, layered in the background. And one of the games I played for to get achievements to get the points that I needed was Devil May Cry 5.
Good.
And like I'm actually really enjoying that game a lot.
That game is still currently my game of the year.
Yeah. I definitely want to like unfortunately, or not unfortunately, like I'm looking forward to Gears as well, but like I think what I might do is try to I want to try to finish Blair Witch for sure, because I'm really loving that game. It's giving me the Alan Wake, fix that I've been wanting. I've been wanting a new Alan Wake game for a long time. So like this is really like giving me that fix of like what Alan Wake was. I do need to get to Control, like I said, once I get back from my trip and stuff. That'll be one of the next games I'm looking at getting. But yeah, Devil May Cry. Yeah, I definitely want to play more of that before our game of the year talk, because it like really out of all the DMC games, I've really only enjoyed the actual DMC game. I liked that one a lot. So yeah, but I'm enjoying it a lot. So like I like the characters, I like what the story's doing so far and stuff. I mean, I'm not super far into it, but it's and it looks nice. It looks really good.
You should get further into it. Trust me, it only gets more wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And then I actually went back. Me and Ed did like a little show thing where we co-streamed or streamed in the morning on Mixer, and we had a discussion. Is whenever you join with Ed, he always wants to turn it into a show, which is fine. So he picked a topic and we talked about a couple of things. I think he wants to upload that eventually or whatever to our channel. I think, I'm not quite sure, but I played Anthem while we were talking, and I went back to it, and I actually was enjoying it quite a bit. Like I feel like one of the issues that I had when the game first came out is it felt like your weapon, like everything was just very bullet spongy, and it like what made it seem like it was a hard game to play by yourself. But I don't know if it's just the guns I had or what, but it felt like I could do a lot more by myself this time than when I had previously been playing it. So I don't know if they balanced things a little bit more and made it so they don't have to force you to play with other people. So I don't know. I didn't play a whole lot of it, but I was enjoying it, more than the last time I had played it. So I would like to go back to that and at least try to finish the storyline, because I'm not very far into it. I just mostly, when I played Anthem before, I would just screw around and look for the consumables or collectible things, the stuff that you basically like need to create things or whatever, and the currencies and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really pay attention to the story stuff too much, so I still have quite a bit to do in that. And then the last game that I'll talk about was I ended up playing Creature in the Well, and I'm really enjoying that game a lot. Like I like pinball, pinball type games. Like even I think I have one of the pinball FX games downloaded on my Xbox. Like I'll even play those every once in a while, but it's a really cool concept of like basically all the bumper things and all that are worth, like you have to hit the bumper things with these like glowing orbs of power or whatever, or light, and they bounce everywhere, and you have like one weapon that can charge them up and make them more powerful. So when they bounce around, they last longer. And then you like as you hit the bumpers, you're collecting the power from all this stuff, and then you use that power to unlock doors. So you've got to go and it's got all these branching paths and there's like secret doors that you can unlock, and and it's an interesting story too. Like the creature that in the well, like you kind of meet right away in the beginning, and it's just like this really creepy looking thing that's like just a giant that lives down in the dark parts of this cave like area of where all this is taking place, and he's just like always taunting you all the time as you're going through different areas, and like they have like a kind of like a almost like a mini like boss style thing in like towards the end of like each level, because like what it is like these robots were running this like power facility or whatever exactly it is, and I think like everyone left or something happened to them, and so the people like were just like scared and all that stuff, and the people in this town outside of this cave like just all hide in their homes and stuff like that, and so you're coming back to try to redo what the robots were before or something. I don't quite understand exactly what's going on yet because it's still kind of early, but like, and just like he like taunted me at one point and said, oh, like, where have you been for the last whatever years? Like I'm their savior now, and like I'm their protector or something like that, and yeah, it's an interesting story, and it's kind of just unique in the way that it mixes the whole pinball style stuff with combat and things like that. So it's definitely a game to check out if you have Game Pass. So
nice.
All right.
Nice.
And it's got a cool look to it, art wise. So
awesome. Is that all you've been playing, Jesse?
Yep, pretty
Okay.
much.
Well, I mean, I haven't really been playing much else other than Gears, and I played a little bit of Destiny last night, but there's nothing really new to talk about in Destiny.
Not yet.
Not until October. So my light level's close though. 730. Trying to get up to that 750 before.
I heard that there's going to be a lot of auto leveling stuff, so don't put too much into it.
No, I was just my friend Mitch wanted to play last night, and so we were just trying to find stuff to do, and I just happened to level up while I was.
Oh no, what I'm saying though, like when Shadowkeep comes out, like they basically gonna, what they do? They give you stuff that if you've been playing, it'll get you up to 750 real quick.
Yeah, so I'm planning on using that on my hunter. So, yeah. Anyways, but that's kind of all I've really been playing. I did play a little bit more Fire Emblem also, but I'm still trying to grind my characters up so I can just finish it and start a new playthrough or do something or play Astral Chain or Zelda or something soon. So that's that goal at least. So we're gonna move into some of this news. We might cut some of it out just because some of it's not really that important. We're just not gonna lie to you. It's just that's not the right show. Look at me being awesome at this. Our first story is kind of a sad one. GameStop to close up to 200 stores. The company posted a $32 million loss in Q2 this year. Just 2 months after GameStop announced ambitious plans to breathe new life into its stores, the company has announced that between 180 and 200 stores around the world will be closing their doors for good before the year is out, and more closures are coming. The company's balance sheet has not looked healthy in recent times. Its second quarter global sales decreased 14.3%, making an adjusted net loss of $32 million. As such, GameStop CFO James Bell announced that up to 200 underperforming stores will be closed between now and the end of the year. In the company's recent earnings call, Bell added that while these closures were more optimistic, we are applying Wow. We are applying.
Words are hard.
I know, especially when they get past like one syllable. We are applying a more definitive analytic approach, including profit levels and sales transferability. Wow. That we expect will yield a much larger tranche of closers. Stop using fancy words. Just say you're closing stores. What is this word? TRANCHE. Yeah, that's what I thought. Despite these closures and effort to revamp the better performing stores, it's unlikely that GameStop's fortunes will change anytime soon, thanks largely to the end of the current console generation and subsequent weaker title launches. So that article is from Engadget. There's more articles there if you want to read that. But yeah, future GameStop's not looking good, guys.
Random French word, by the way. Tranche.
Tranche?
Yeah. Use a regular word, you nerds.
Nerd. French nerd.
That's how you know they're nerds. Just trying to use like, don't get fancy with me.
Okay, yeah. All right, Engadget. That's cool. But no, I just GameStop had a chance a while ago to innovate, and they decided to go for merchandise, which is just immediately more money, and it did not work well for them.
Nope.
They're like,
chose to open up 4 stores within 5 minutes of me.
Exactly. They just did not. I feel like they didn't do a good enough job of controlling their brand. Honestly,
Yeah.
they just kind of were like, let's make money and just they'll buy this stuff. And when they bought ThinkGeek, I was like, okay, that was a weird move. I think we've talked about this before because I was like, there was a chance where I'm pretty sure they could have bought Redbox, and that would have been the much smarter move.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's just GameStop has made a bunch of bad choices. I will say that anybody who I've ever talked to, well, I won't say everybody, but most people that I've talked to who's worked at a GameStop has had not a great experience. I mean, you've had decent experiences, but I've never heard somebody just be like, oh yeah, GameStop was one of the best jobs I ever had because of the way they run their stores. So, I mean, it's just GameStop could do a lot of things to help itself, and they just didn't. And so this is why we're here. This is where we are now. And they're trying to innovate, I feel like, a little too late. And so hopefully what they're planning to do helps them survive, because I like GameStop. GameStop is, I'm glad it exists. I just know that it could be far better than it is.
Yeah. We actually in my Mixer chat here, we actually have a former GameStop employee, and she said working there was frustrating. So
exactly, I'm also a former GameStop employee. Like, there were times where it was cool, but most times sucked because it was like, they would never give us the hours that we needed to get all the work done that we needed to do. It was a mess most times, and so I feel GameStop is not important, but it's nice to have as a gamer.
Yeah.
So I hope it doesn't just disappear, because that would suck. Because, have you tried buying a game at Target? It's not always the best experience.
Sometimes the game's not there.
Exactly.
Well,
So.
Yeah, and I think like you touching on them not giving you either enough manpower or enough, like time to be able to get stuff done. The thing is, it's obvious that the people who ran the company don't know anything about games and the gaming industry and stuff like that, because most people, when you go, like us that love video games, when you go to a GameStop, you wanted to talk about games, or
Exactly.
it's always been
It's
so
the community aspect, and that's what I've enjoyed about it.
Yeah, and so only having one person or two people running, one person a lot of times running a big store, it's like how do you expect them to both, get these sales that you're always, like hassling them about, and get everything else done, and talk to the people, and give, because the personalities are the reasons why I liked going to GameStop. It's because it was always cool people that worked there.
Yep.
But unfortunately, the company didn't know what it was doing.
Yeah.
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 So no, I feel like GameStop. I'm curious to see what they do to save themselves at this point. But who knows? I like I said, I like GameStop, and you're exactly right, Jesse. I even decided to get a job at GameStop because I liked the people that work there. I thought they were super cool, and it was awesome to be able to talk with other people about video games, and hopefully help them make some informed decisions. But I mean, we'll see.
We will see. I know a lot of people that used to work or still work at GameStop, and like, it's just sad that this is happening, especially because like that's a lot of jobs,
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I saw somebody in chat say something about holidays at GameStop. Yeah, holidays at GameStop sucked.
Yeah.
Absolute cheeks. It was so bad. But you know what? Most times we survived, and I got my 10-minute break, and I would go back to work. Oh, man. Yeah. So hopefully that's different.
Yeah.
So, I was talking to my wife this morning, coincidentally, before we started, and I said, you know what? What if these next consoles come out and they suck? GameStop is officially dead.
If they even make it, even if they make, they got to make it to next holiday first.
I think they'll make it to next holiday. I just think if these next consoles come out and they do not do well, like say they're overpriced and they are not as much of an upgrade as people are expecting, I feel like they could kill GameStop single-handedly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would help them just be like, hey, we're just going to sell our games digitally now. So,
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess.
Funny story. Adding to that again, though, GameStop's still specific. Did you know that they sell Epic Store codes at GameStop?
Yeah, I did.
did not know
They
that
also
until-
sell Steam codes, or they also sell Steam gift cards and codes, and they also.
So they sell gift cards, but like for Epic Store in particular, they will sell you a Epic Store code for the game that you want. I bought Borderlands that way and had no idea that you could do that. It was very interesting. And also I heard from them that they are now shifting back. They're adding, remember how PC stuff disappeared from GameStop a few like years ago?
Mm-hmm.
They're re-adding PC stuff to GameStop. So now they're taking like computer gaming peripherals and trading stuff again, and they're selling more of it now. So they're desperate.
You think they'll take my broken PC?
Who knows? Who knows? But I thought that was really interesting.
We'll
I was
give
like,
you
oh,
$10.
okay. They're like, oh, we're getting back into PC gaming. I'm like, you should have never left. It's always been there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I think like honestly what they really should do, and they very well they're not going to do it as far as jobs go, instead of the 4 stores around me that only have one person working at it every day, have those 4 people like switch off and be working at least like 2 or 3 people a week, and kind of like letting those people keep their jobs, because just alone and how much they're paying for rent for all those other stores not having to pay that anymore,
yeah.
in my opinion, should not only be able to still keep those jobs, but they're still going to end up saving money because they're not having to pay for rent, all that rent, because very well the rent on those places are usually like thousands and thousands,
Especially because most of
month.
them are in plazas with like Targets and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they're just sitting there in a Target plaza, and Target probably owns the plaza and charging them an arm and a leg.
If I was gonna, just kind of thinking about like how would I fix GameStop right now, I would take the Apple Store approach. I honestly would. I would clean up these stores, simplify them. I would use a lot more digital displays. They don't use nearly enough digital displays for what GameStop is representing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I think my GameStop has like a small like it's probably my computer monitor is probably bigger than the TV they have that runs GameStop TV.
That's what I'm saying. I think they need to have like a video, like they need all these stores need to have a video wall that's got like this is like the top games. This is the stuff that's trending. Like they need to embrace the year that we live in. Honestly, I feel like if you made your stores more appealing to be in, it would keep people coming to your stores. It really needs to start there, because all the GameStops I've ever been in are ugly, and they all got that same stupid carpet. And it's like, just make your stores nicer, like make them more uniform.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot they could be doing. They could have done that they just didn't do.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. No,
Ish together.
It should look like a Buffalo Wild Wings in there. It says
Funny
screens
enough, my
everywhere.
GameStop is connected to a Buffalo Wild.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. All right, we're
Throw
gonna.
some Ninja on a mixer up on the TV or something.
Wow.
Yeah, something.
Wow. All right, we're going to jump into our next story here. Apple revealed their new line of phones, but they also revealed the details on Apple Arcade this past week. It launches next week or this week when it posts live on podcast services for $5 a month. This comes from Game Informer. Hopefully we'll be reading from here in a year or so. I would be really sad if Game Informer went away, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But it's
I know. I honestly, not to get off track or anything, but I honestly thought GameStop was going to sell off Game Informer before they started laying off people. But that's just me. So,
I think it's the best
so
thing they got
Apple
going.
Arcade.
Apple Arcade.
I was not anticipating them announcing this. At first, I didn't know it was a subscription service. I just thought Apple Arcade was a different, part of the App Store, which I enjoy the App Store. App Store is pretty cool.
I thought they were going to change Game Center over to. I thought like this would take place of Game Center.
So when they were like, "Oh, it's a subscription service," I was like, I had the Kombucha Girl gift response because I was like, "Wait a minute, another subscription? Okay, well, all right, fine, whatever. $5 that ain't too bad." But I was like, okay, another subscription, but I feel like they're adding some value to it. It's interesting. Like I will be honest with you, I play a lot of games on my iPhone. I really do. I don't really play a lot on my iPad, but I play a lot on my iPhone. And for them to be like, Friday night you can play any of these games, and you can play them all offline.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest deal to me. I hate being somewhere without a connection, which is most times on a plane, and I'm like, I don't feel like playing my Switch yet, and I'm like, I just want to do something on my phone, and all the games I want to play require a connection. I'm like, this is freaking stupid. What's the point?
It sounds like something that Xbox has. I forget what it's called.
Something they used to have, LOL.
No, the Game Pass where you can actually download the games and play them, and not the.
It's nice in that format, but I feel like if they had remember Xbox Arcade for real, Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah,
you remember?
Yeah.
That was amazing. I love that. Should have kept that. It would have been a good idea.
Remember PlayStation Home, guys?
LOL. Nobody wants to.
Remember when
Nobody wants to. But I like Apple Arcade. I like the idea of it. It's just now I know Apple has the right idea. They're like, we are making billions of dollars. Let's do something for our customers and make it cheaper for them to get in on our services instead of increasing the price of our services. They understand, oh yeah, we're making a ton of money. We don't have to make this super expensive. By not making it super expensive, we make it competitive.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's interesting.
I have the list of launch games here, which they said they're going to add about 100 games after their launch. So, but Ballistic Baseball by Gameloft, the Bradwell Conspiracy, Choo Choo Rocket Universe by Sega. Yes, let's get some Choo Choo Rocket in there.
Choo Choo Rocket.
The Enchanted World from Noodle Cake.
I love these studio names.
I don't even know what that means. What's his? Exit the Gungeon from Devolver Digital, which I guess is a sequel to Enter the Gungeon.
I'm about to say, I think they said it's a sequel. Yeah.
Nice. Overland, Pac-Man Party Royale, Projection First Light from Blowfish, Rayman Mini, which is a new in the style of Rayman Origins.
All right.
Shantae and the Seven Sirens from Way Forward. That's an interesting game to put on there. Skate City by Snowman.
Man, so many people got so excited and they're disappointed at the same time.
I know.
Skate. Nope.
Sneaky Sasquatch, Steven Universe Unleash the Light, Super Impossible Road, and Various Day Life, which is by the Bravely Default and Project Octopath Traveler team. So, that's super interesting. I mean, it's cool. I hope you can use a controller with some of these games, but I think this is man, all these subscription services, man.
Exactly. There's a lot.
There's too many now. There's too many. So
But so I'm like, it's cool, and I think it's what, a family subscription for $5.99.
Yep.
Is impressive. That's pretty cool.
And you could share with up to 5 other accounts, I think.
I think so.
And didn't they say that you can basically use your Xbox or PS4 controller?
Yeah, they showed everything being played. They showed it being put, like games being played there with the PS4 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so Apple Arcade is coming to an iOS device near you. Let's move on to this next story, and we're going to skip the last story because it's not important. But this one, I feel like, is right up Ray's alley.
Yeah, it better be.
KFC is making an anime dating game
No, wrong story. Not this one.
where you can date Colonel Sanders.
What?
No thanks. No thank you.
This also comes from Game Informer. Brace yourself. KFC is making a game called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. The Steam product listing for this unexpected release calls it the most delicious dating simulator ever created.
Why didn't they just make this an expansion for like for Sims 4 or something?
I don't know.
Way more popular if they'd done that. Let me tell you.
Your goal is to win the heart of the most famous chicken salesman ever. You assume the role of a young culinary student who apparently has the eyes for Sanders. As you cook up what we presume is mostly chicken recipes, you'll make, quote, life-changing decisions that will affect your chances of friendship and love. Along with Sanders, you'll confront other characters, including a dog and, well, what may be one of the best lists of features ever. Quote, 9 lovable characters, multiple hours of playthrough. This is playthrough, not gameplay. Playthrough. Dateable Colonel Sanders, a secret ending. Shh. Secret recipes. Double. Shh. Cooking battles. Battle battles. Ear of degree from a fictional culinary. I think it's supposed to be earn a degree from a fictional culinary school. 11 herbs and spices. Cute miniature food, and officially licensed by KFC. So, also the cover is featuring an anime version of Colonel Sanders, which is awfully disturbing. So,
brands are going too far. Yep. They're going too far. It's like, this is one of those things where it's like, haha, maybe a bunch of influencers will give us a ton of free publicity by playing our game. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. We're making a game. That's what this is. That is exactly what this is. Give us a bunch of free publicity because we made a dumb game. Haha, smile. Come on.
Do you know that there's people that exist that wish that people would make the Burger King games backwards compatible?
Yeah, Sneak Kings. There's a meme gang that wants that.
Yeah,
sure.
where's my what's that one? The mini bike racer.
Yeah.
No, thank you. But yeah, there are people who want it. I guarantee, just like there's people who are gonna actually want to play this game. I'm gonna play it for the memes because I saw this. There's a thick character with 3 C's I saw, and I'm like, well, can we date that?
3 C's.
3 C's.
I thought 2 was the limit. 3?
No. She'd stick with 3 C's. So I was like, okay, if I date her in the game, I'm down. But I don't care about Colonel Sanders. He can go. Bye.
He can go finger lick himself out of here.
Whoa! I guess so. Yep. Wow. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So no, I don't. KFC game, cool. Can't wait for the Wendy's side scroller. Yeah.
I hope it's like Bionic Commando and you just use Wendy's hair as like the.
Oh no! It actually might be.
No, Wendy's. Wendy's.
In your life but when you pick up a spicy nugget, you can throw fire.
Oh my God!
Wendy's will be a Parappa the Rapper ripoff.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! What other games?
Have you ever heard
the McDonald's
album that they released?
For the people watching / listening later on, like what other brand do you think is going to come out with a game? What kind of game do you think it's going to be?
McDonald's is going to be I kind of feel like this is going to start a stupid trend. It's going to happen. So McDonald's is going to be a asymmetrical horror game where you're running kind of like Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight. But
I hope not.
Instead of Ronald McDonald murdering you, he's just going to hand you like a Big Mac or something.
Oh God. Oh man. Nope.
Yeah. Go check out the Wendy's album Beef. I got beef or whatever it's called.
Wow.
All right. Our
19.
our last story here, August top 20 best-selling games includes Astral Chain and Fire Emblem, among other big Nintendo games. So
it's a big deal that Astral Chain's on this list.
I know.
It's a huge deal.
Also,
that
all Nintendo games on NPD only include physical copies.
That's amazing.
It does not include digital, so it technically probably sold a ton more. The top 10 includes Madden NFL 20, Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto 5, again.
Of course.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Super Mario Maker 2, Mario Kart 8, Mortal Kombat 11, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Marvel's Spider-Man. Wait, no, I lied.
Wow.
And Astral Chain. And then
Astral Chain before that, yeah.
And then Spider-Man, and then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, still making the top 20 at number 12. Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, Age of Wonders Planetfall.
Which I don't know what that is, by the way.
I don't either. Must be interesting if it made the top 20.
Do some research, yeah.
Looks like a game Ray needs to stream. Jump shot, Ray. Super Mario Party, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, The Dark Pictures, Man of Medan, and rounding out the top 20 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So,
but yeah, I feel like for a platinum game exclusive to Nintendo to make the top 10,
I know,
is a huge. Wait, is it? I don't know if it's top 10, but it makes a huge deal because this game
it is number 10.
It's so not what you would expect the public to pick up on and run with, but it's such a good game. It is so good. Like it is a surprise of the year. It's in my top. It's probably right now. It's in my top 5 for the year. I've just had such a blast with this game. It's so good. And if you play this game and you play Devil May Cry 5, you can be like, oh, no wonder he likes these games. Yeah. But I love it. I just did not think that other people loved it, like were picking it up as quickly. And I don't know if you look at that list. I mean, if you heard him going through this list, that's a lot of Nintendo in the top 10. A lot.
Yes,
Nintendo has and you know, the people are like, oh, but there's no games on Switch. I still see people saying that, and I'm like, listen, Nintendo has some incredible games, and they have an incredible system. And if you don't like it, that's on you. But you can't say that it doesn't have games because it's got plenty.
I feel like the people still saying that are just people who play Call of Duty and Madden. And even if those games were on Switch, they wouldn't play them there anyway.
No, but this is looking good for Nintendo. Even going into this next gen, I feel like Nintendo's going to be fine. They have so many good games, and golly, this is just the proof is in the pudding. Honestly, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, I think Switch is an incredible console, but I also think Xbox and PlayStation are incredible consoles in their own way too at this point. And to be honest with you, I'm not really ready for next gen, but I know like a lot of companies want to expand what their ideas are, and I feel like next gen is going to be a way longer generation than this one. I really feel that way, just because like I think they're finally going to hit the point of like these consoles are just as powerful as you want them to be, and I feel like they're going to do like pro versions of next gen consoles as well halfway through their lifespan to make them even more powerful. And at this point, they're just scaling PC resolution at this point. So,
yep.
I mean, that's why Halo Infinite's coming out on both, right? And if you buy it on an Xbox platform, you can play it on Xbox until you know. So,
but yeah. No, I feel like these next consoles they have some work to do, because like you just said, you're anticipating a pro console, which means there could be people who just hold off and not buy one.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, the pro consoles they're going to do a pro console, so why would I buy one? So these companies they've kind of built themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't need to buy the first version of it because they're not going to do much more than what they've done with the PS4 and the Xbox One X at this point.
Yeah.
So it's just like I can wait, and I feel like there could be a lot of people who are like that. I mean, there are people right now who are waiting to see what these next consoles are going to be, so they're not buying consoles, which is smart. But if they're like, oh yeah, we're not going to do a pro console because we're making it more powerful out of the box, that'd be smart to say out front. It would be very smart to say that, or else people are going to wait.
I think we'd probably be surprised though at how many people are still running the original Xbox One
yeah.
or
Yeah.
or even
I
maybe
wouldn't be
the
surprised at all.
S. So
Because
there's
we know
probably
that
a lot of people that are holding off.
I think what's the number? Like only 2% of Xbox users are on the Xbox One X. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would be surprised if
Well,
everybody
the
else.
S is so cheap though. Like the S is so cheap.
Yeah.
You can find it for under $150 all the time. Like that is a cheap console, and it's a good console. You know, I'm not like dogging people who can't get an X, but like, you know,
You don't need an X.
No.
That's the thing.
yeah. That,
Don't
I
need
mean,
one.
Yeah.
but it's sure nice when you're playing Gears
It
of
is.
War
It's,
and you have.
it's
it on
nice
there.
to have.
Yeah,
I mean, I like
load
X,
times.
but I don't need it. But it's nice.
So
Load times are definitely better and stuff like that. So it's more of those kind of little things,
yeah,
you know, that it's better for. But yeah, I think a lot of people are holding off. Were holding off and didn't get an X because they knew we were so close to the the end of the generation. So I think they'll do pretty well, even with PS4. I feel like more people probably bought a Pro than people bought,
See, I think it's the other way
X,
around. I think
but
more people bought an X. Well,
I'm with Jesse on that one. I think more people bought the Pro than they bought the X.
really, I feel like the
'Cause
difference.
I'm pretty sure the Pro was still more affordable than the X. It was cheaper
Well,
still.
Yeah,
and I feel like the games didn't run very well on the original PS4, whereas with the
I mean,
with
they
the
honestly
Xbox,
don't run a whole lot much better on the Pro.
I know.
well, that's
like,
the thing.
I'm way happier with my X upgrade than I am with my Pro upgrade. I'll just throw that out
Yeah,
there.
same. Like the Pro was not much of a decent upgrade for the PlayStation. It helped a little tiny bit, but not enough to notice like the X is.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's why I kind of feel like PlayStation has. I feel like just out of the gate they will have an advantage because they're compensating for what the 4 wasn't when it comes to comparing it to the Xbox One X, just in general.
Plus announcing that console will be backwards compatible too.
Exactly.
Is,
So that I do feel like Sony will kind of have another foothold again, just coming out of the gate, going next year. So we'll see. But that's all speculation.
But I mean, like I said, I do want one of these new consoles at launch, but I'm gonna wait till the right game comes out.
Oh,
right?
100%. I will be waiting. I've been like 100% launch night for the past 2 consoles, and I'm like this time I'm like nah, I'm absolutely gonna wait.
Yeah.
And see which one has the games that I want to play and which one's even worth the money.
I also want to see like, is Halo worth upgrading for too? You know, like
That's another really good question.
That's the thing is like, I do want an Xbox Scarlet for Halo, but is Halo Infinite worth upgrading for? And if I buy it on Xbox One, when I am ready to upgrade, will everything just carry over? Will I automatically be upgraded to the Scarlet version? That kind of thing, because these are like, we're getting that blurry line of like, especially Xbox, where it's like, well, it could be cross-gen. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like, everything is going to be cross-gen now, basically, because everything's backwards compatible. They're using like I know they're not using the Windows Universal system, but like, the icons on the Xbox One don't say Xbox One on them. Your game icons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more like buying a library of PC games now.
Well, and having the One X, like, I really don't think we're gonna have to worry about stuff, like having a hard time running on it this, early on. Because, especially like me, I don't even have a 4K anything yet, so
I know
I don't even need to worry about 4K or any of that stuff. So I'm it's still running it at a lower resolution for me.
Yeah.
So it's just not going to be an issue for a while. Because I do plan on getting one, as soon as I have the money for it. But I'm not going to be like stressing about it because I just don't need to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, there's a lot of stuff that we need to see about it. Like moving forward. I mean, like for me, honestly, if they focus more on like the streaming and like video editing and things like that. Let's say they were to like really go full on with like having it where you can actually like edit videos and stuff right on the new console, like more so than what you can right now. Like actually record video and like save like not just only be able to record 2-minute sections of a video or whatever, actually be able to record a full, like stream or something directly onto the console and edit it on it. Like if they were to do stuff like that, honestly, that would push me to want to buy a new one sooner for, just because I'd rather be able to do that stuff on the console than have to get a PC for it.
Yeah,
but,
which you can do on the PS4 now.
Yeah,
in all honesty.
Yeah.
I mean, you can record. You can record gameplay clips and then edit it on the console and send it out if you need to. But I don't know if that works with streaming or not. But
yeah,
we'll see. I think the next console generation is going to be super fascinating to watch, especially.
It will be interesting,
especially because like I said, I don't know if I'm even ready to upgrade. Like I would be fine if these consoles were like 2 years away still. But
yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna save questions for next week because we are. Oh, I'm way out of time. But we're I know. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching and listening to the NX Show. Remember, you can watch us live on Mixer and on Twitch. Just follow the NX Show on those on Twitter and Instagram, and join our Facebook group, join our Discord, all that stuff. Ray, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me multiple places on the internet, but I want you to focus on 3 places. You can find me on twitch.tv/Ray Apollo. You can find me on twitter.com, whatever the username is, but Ray Apollo. And then also on YouTube. Also look for me there. Ray Apollo, your boy, making some good content for you every week.
You can also go to codenamenx.com/Ray Apollo, and all of his information is there.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me just about anywhere at Phantom NXS. I'm still having an issue with changing my name on Mixer. I don't know why it keeps on saying that you can only change your name once per month, and I could have swore it's been over a month since I changed it. So I'm hoping soon I can change that to not having 2 N's.
It's just a double N.
Yeah, just one
Mixer.
A lowercase and then an uppercase.
Yeah.
So, but I want to change that. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah. Well, you can find me at CorianHD713 on Twitter. You can also find me on Instagram and Mixer at CorianHD. Hope you'll give us all a follow, a like, a subscribe, a share, a rating, a review on your podcast service of choice and on Spotify. Check out our YouTube page. Check out codenamenx.com and all that other good stuff. We will see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you.